Kim, are you there?
I am.
Wait, Kim,
How are you?
Hey, we just learned everything we need to know about
I know.
you. Thanks a
Thanks,
lot.
thanks. Good luck.
See you later.
Kim, I sometimes get nervous before I go on the air filling in for Cam. So could you sing a song for me, please?
No, you really don't want to hear it. Everybody would run for sure, I tell you. Now, shooting, that's another story. But singing, forget it. I'll pass.
Kim, it's awesome to have you on. We're very excited to have you on as a representative of the United States shooting team. You're on your way to London, as that piece just said. We've had you on many times in the past, and we wanted to talk to you one last time before you went over there. Talk about the pressure. Is it more of an internal pressure or an external pressure, this Olympic record that you could set winning in 5 consecutive Olympics? Do you put more pressure on yourself, or do we and NBC Sports and do we, where does the pressure come from?
Well, I think like anything, pressure is always there. And definitely, I think it's both internally and externally, like you're saying. I don't think there's one that's more than another. But I think as any top athlete will tell you is that we tend to turn it to a positive and just kind of accept it and work through it. And I think that's what really makes a champion or really makes us good, is that we love those moments. We like that pressure. We thrive under it. We tend to do better under it. So I'm definitely one of those people, and I'm very excited, very nervous, but also very excited to, be representing the red, white, and blue. I mean, that's really what it's about.
All right, Kim, I have to say, I'm so excited that you're going. Can I just quickly share 2 of my favorite Kim Rhode memories? Was when I got to
What, you going to say no?
I feel like, we're good. When I got to interview you for the first time at SHOT Show in Orlando. And then the other time is, remember when someone stole your shotgun out of your truck?
Yes.
Not a good memory, but what I'm saying, I felt honored because you called us and say, hey, this happened, and I'd like to get on and talk about it to try to help find it. I was truly, truly honored that you did that.
Well, for people who don't know the story, Kim, why don't you remind us what happened with that story?
Well, back in 2009, I was doing a lot of public service announcements, and in doing one of those public service announcements, I was actually stalked. And the guys were actually after my guns and my medals, and they ended up getting my guns, and about a year later, I got the gun back. So I never thought that would happen, but I think it's because of all the awareness, and so many people came together, and just it really, like I said, I think everything kind of happens for a reason. I know that when my gun did get stolen, another gentleman actually stepped forward and donated a gun to me on a school campus here in California, which is unheard of.
Yeah, it sounds unheard of.
Right. And it was amazing. And so many people believed in me, and I think that all that positiveness really made me work that much harder. And here I am, making the Olympic team for my 5th time. So, as much as I say it's a negative, I think it really turned out to be a positive, and I'm very excited. And the gun that was donated is the one that I'll be competing with in London.
That's so cool.
I kind of retired the one that was stolen.
Right. Kim, you talk about wearing the red, white, and blue, and for us who've just watched the Olympics on TV every 4 years or every other year, if you watch the Winter Olympics as well, one of my favorite parts is the parade of nations, when you guys all go in as a country and you're all wearing the same outfit and you're doing your circle around whatever Olympic stadium it is at the time. What is that like when you're with that group? Aside from the USA shooting team, who you're with, all the time and you see all the time, and like me and John, probably sick of each other, you go over there and you get to see all the other athletes and all the other Olympians, and some of the other superstars like a Phelps, or and of course this year it's what other names will come out of the Olympics. But when you do that walk around, what does that feel like? Because it's so cool to watch it, but what is it like to be part of it?
Well, there's really no words to describe it. I mean, the stadium literally becomes deafening with the sound of USA, USA. I mean, that's all you can hear. And
no matter where you've been, every stadium?
Every stadium,
That's cool.
Every stadium. It's amazing. And the pride of being an Olympian, of being an American is so overwhelming. I can remember standing in line, getting ready to march out in that stadium, and going up and seeing other Olympians going up to complete strangers in the stands and having their pictures taken and hugging them. And we don't know them from Adam. They don't know us, but just that pride in that moment is kind of like everything kind of comes together for that singular moment. And at 4 years of training and working, it really hits you that, okay, this is the time to shine and to represent the United States. And I think that's kind of when the nerves start too, if you know what I mean. But it's incredible, and I have yet to miss one. I'm going to be there in London marching around, and it is incredible.
Wait, so you're saying 4 years ago in Beijing there was still the USA chant?
There was still USA chant.
That's
and,
amazing.
That's cool.
You know what's amazing, too, is that the athletes, we started like a wave. So even as before we marched out, they had a wave going just with the athletes standing, and we would jump, and it would go to the back and then come back to the front, and just among the athletes, and then the audience picked up on it, and it started going around the stadium. I mean, it's just no words can truly describe that moment.
I think the reason you got the chant in Beijing was because they all work for American companies.
Seton Motley will be here all night.
Shooting, believe it or not, is huge, hugely watched in China. And they have some very strong competitors. And it was actually aired and everything. And it was one of the most watched events in Beijing.
Wow.
Was the shooting events, believe it or not.
It'd be nice if we could say that here in this country, unfortunately.
Yes.
We're working on that. We're working on that. This Olympics, we're seeing a lot more media, a lot more publicity. And I think that's great because we're really pushing that positive message that shooting is, an amazing event. It's a sport. It's very family-oriented, and it is something that is generational. We're passing it on, and that's so important. So to be able to get that message out there with the Olympics and with shooting is fantastic, and hopefully we can do more of it. I mean, that's always been a goal of mine.
So, Kim, how's the team looking?
We have a strong team this year. We have Vinnie Hancock, who has won a gold in the previous Olympics, as well as, Glenn Eller on the men's doubles trap team. And, Josh Richmond right now is ranked very high and earned his slot by the point system. So we have an extremely talented group, and we could very easily walk away with, a lot of medals. I don't want to put a number on it because I don't want to put any pressure on any of my teammates, but we definitely have a very strong team representing the United States. And I think that if anybody will tell you that if we could pick who we wanted to go, this would be the team that would be picked.
Kim, a couple minutes we have left here. For our listeners and our viewers who are more on the political side of the Second Amendment and not as much, they've never really seen competitive shooting. They're interested in it. We do our best to pass along the message to get as many competitive shooters on. But for the people who are more on the political side and haven't seen more of the competitive shooting side, when they go online or they watch it on TV, what should they be looking for, and what's the best way to appreciate the sport?
I mean, there's different websites you can go to, like ISSF Television or ISSF.org, and it stands for International Shooting Sports Federation. You can watch the World Cups, World Championships, the final round as athletes go head-to-head. And those athletes will be the athletes that will be representing their countries in the Olympics a lot of times, as well as, websites like USA Shooting and, just your general, type of local shoots like with, NSSF and NSCA, I mean, all these different hyphenations, but, your sporting clay shooters, your American Skeet, your ATA trap shooters, there's a lot of different organizations going on, even for kids with SCTP, the Scholastic Clay Target Program, that are so important, that are mentoring our youth in the competition, that are also, translating over into the politics and into, the outdoors and the hunting and everything. So it is very much, an attached type of thing. You'll find a lot of people who compete, hunt, and a lot of people who hunt are very political. So it is, we all are connected in one way or another.
Awesome.
All right. Hey, Kim, quick talk back before you go. You've got some fans out there. They say it's Book Avriel in Reno says he'd like to hear that song no matter how bad it is. Kim Rhode.
Nice try, guys.
And Kim, all Kim wants to hear is the national anthem.
And,
That's right.
and the USA chant.
in the USA chant in a few weeks. We wish you the best of luck, Kim. Of course, here at NRA News and all of our listeners and viewers will be watching intently and rooting you on as much as we can muster. We will definitely be supporting you all the way.
Go get them.
Well,
Best
thank
of luck.
you guys so much. I'm so excited. July 29th and August 4th are the day of my 2 events, so hopefully we can bring home the gold.
And we'll be bringing all the good news here on NRA News. Thank you, Kim.
Thanks, Kim.
Thank you.